To kick off the final hour of trade, let's get right to the floor show. Our two traders, star trader Kenny Polcari. Let the reindeer games begin. Where's Peter Tuchman? Couldn't get in front of the camera at the NYSE? Yeah. All right. It's you, Kenny. Take it away. I mean, give me a sense of what this first trading day of Tuchman, what this first trading day of December has to say about whether we can see gains like we saw in November, both the S&P and the Dow, best month of the year.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was a great month, and I'm not complaining because, we participated, clients participated. It's all great. But I do think we're a little bit toppy. I don't think today necessarily suggests that we're just going to keep marching higher into the end of the year. Although we could certainly, if they keep hitting us with, great headlines that the market loves. I don't think the tariff headline is causing all kinds of angst. Quite honestly, I think most investors assume that the tariff conversation is going to give him leverage, right? It's going to allow him to have these conversations. I don't think the market is expecting that we're going to get these crazy tariffs all over the place at all. But it does respect the fact that he's having these conversations, that he's put it out there, that countries are responding to it. So I think that's the positive side of it. Because I just don't see them taking it over. But one way or the other, I love the way the market's acting. I love the way that we're making new highs, although it does feel a bit toppy to me. I can't help it. It just feels a bit toppy.
Okay, it feels toppy. You know what? I just want to tell you, I just sent Tuchman a text saying, get to the camera. And can we take the shot of him being mic'd up, please? Okay, just take the shot at the New York Stock. Peter!
What, did he forget about you?
Unbelievable. All right. Well, while he's getting, less fermish than he already is, let's just get right to what you see as an opportunity here. Again, don't fight the tape, right, Kenny? And that's something that Peter has said over and over again. Right. But at the moment, what do you see the tape saying as we forge toward the last Fed Reserve meeting of the year in just a couple of weeks? And we're waiting on Chris Waller, the Fed governor, who's supposed to speak in about 10 minutes. So couldn't that sort of spoil the reindeer games?
It could. Listen, I don't think the Fed's going to cut rates in December. I think they're going to come back and they're going to say, okay, a lot's happened. We had this election. We've gotten out these tariff talks. There's potential for inflation to heat up again. We don't know what the policies are going to be, so we're going to hold steady. I think that's what they should say, and that's what they're going to say. And then I think the market takes a pause on that, right? Because clearly the market's still pricing in a rate cut in December. I just don't see it. I just don't. But I think once they say that, then the market will kind of just digest a little bit. I don't think we're going to have this major sell-off at all, but I think that the market will digest a little bit. I think here is where we're going to end up the year, right where we are. Okay. So I expect us to churn a little bit lower and take us right back to this level.
Yeah, unless something happens between now and Friday. If we put up the economic data calendar, we are getting the Friday jobs report for the month of November. And therefore, as we look at exactly what is expected, if it comes in a little hotter, the expectation is for a gain of about 195,000 jobs. Unemployment rate to tick 0.1%, up 4.2%. Comes in a little hotter. That could definitely sort of spook the horses or the reindeer. Hold that thought, Kenny. Guess who finally showed up? Mr. Peter Tuchman.
Peter!
Yes. What's up?
Get with the program, homie. All right, Peter, give us that AccuWeather real feel from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, because we're coming off a killer November for the Dow and the S&P. We are looking at fresh records in the next possibly 43 minutes, 53 minutes at the end of the day for the NASDAQ and the S&P. So do we just do a repeat of November? Is that even possible, Peter?
It is very possible. Look, you just talked about spooking the poor reindeer. Listen, there's this wonderful little tidbit about historic data. Around 8 times out of 8 times when we've had a presidential election cycle, right? You had a rally into the election with a bit of a follow through after the election, positive bullish market coming into the election, follow through after that, then a pullback from like November 12th until November 21st, and then a nice rally into the November, Black Monday, Black Friday, and then as Santa Claus comes to town, a rally through the end of the year. And this market is doing exactly that one more time. So look, obviously the market could get spooked by the jobs number that comes out later in the week. We have a 66%, as of this morning, 66% chance of an interest rate cut for in December. That's going to give the market a little bit of support and a fuel that it kind of wants. The market, look, this market, if it really wanted to sell itself off here, it would, but nothing has been able to spook this market, right? Anything. There's so many different possibilities. You know what, Mr. Trump, by bringing Elon Musk into the fold, has sort of protected himself against any kind of irrational behavior around tariffs and China, and I think that's protected the market. So there's a bit of a carve out there. So I think the market is protecting itself. Mr. Trump is protecting himself. You know, look, the market is so strong. It's just, it's extraordinary. We are day after day, week after week, hitting absolutely record highs across the board. And in everything, really, in everything, even in crypto. So it seems like people are trying to grab value wherever they can find it.
Yeah, well, crypto, we're not at 100,000 yet, but we're at around 95,000. I mean, we could throw up Bitcoin, a huge amount of money flowing into Bitcoin ETFs over just the past couple of weeks. Right now,
Correct.
Bitcoin is actually at $96,062. That said, Kenny, everything has been moving higher, except maybe on an occasional day, bond yields, but they're up there. I mean, if you look at the 2-year, so you look at risk assets, maybe oil is not that exciting, or gold, because they're denominated in the U.S. dollar, which we're going to talk about in a minute, but can everything continue to just move higher?
Look, you know what,
I don't
gold
think
has
it can,
had.
and in fact,
oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
all right, so no, I don't think it can, right? That's the point. I think gold is kind of floundering, not gold, oil's kind of floundering like it's 6,800. Gold is not sure which way to go, right? It's so sensitive right now to what's going to happen with the Fed. Are they going to raise rates? Are they going to cut rates? What's Trump going to do with the tariffs? So gold is kind of in this confused state at the moment, which is why I think it's keeping it very tight in that range. But in terms of stocks and stuff, yeah, could they continue to go higher? They could. And I'd love to see them go higher, but I'd also love to see them churn a little bit and build a little of a base and kind of shake out the weak hands before it continues to march higher. That's where I think, you know, everyone's saying, oh, can only go higher, can only go higher. I think that's when you have to be a little bit more vigilant and cautious about how excited you get to just put money to work because you think you're gonna miss out. You're not.
Yeah.
Can I jump?
Yeah,
Can I jump in on two quick things?
Sure.
So I think one of the biggest things around oil going higher is the sensitivity around what's happening in the Middle East. From day to day, we really don't know what's going on there. And over the last month and a half, we've seen that market go up and down based on the news coming out of the Middle East. Gold has had an amazing rally. The fact that it's pulled back is just sort of, it's normal. Yeah. It's healthy and it's normal. Think about it. The last 3 months, the rally that we've seen in gold, it was a flight to safety around fear around the election, around the war in the Middle East, and that sort of, getting tampered down. And now the risk on trade for that, the flight to safety is once again Bitcoin. Gotcha. And so that's where I'm seeing it.
Okay, go look at your phone, Peter, because you will see this text. Peter, get to the dang camera here. Golly. My goodness. Great to have you both.
Thanks, guys.
So good to see you.